In today's day and age, it is a warehouse facility. A lot of big buildings built around this place for shipping goods and 3PL logistics. But tonight, here on iRacing, it still lives on in its glory as a 2-mile oval in Southern California. That's right, we're racing at Auto Club Speedway tonight for the Amazon Warehouses 200 here for the Slide Jawb Racing League. It's season 17, race number 6. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast. Austin Allen on the call with you here tonight. Unfortunately, life has other plans at times. Last week, got held up at work, was not able to get home in time to broadcast Dover, so I do apologize for that. It was a pretty chaotic race. Kind of glad that I didn't have to broadcast it because it was pretty bad. But in the end, Dylan Parker took home the checkered flag, picking up his first win in a couple seasons, and adding on to his completely massive win total that he has in this league. So he looks to see if he can go back-to-back here tonight, starting off here at Auto Club and go back-to-back as we watch Michael Walls, fastest in practice right now, currently in reverse down pit lane with just about 2 minutes to go in practice. Of course, practice at a track like this I feel like is kind of redundant in a way. Really, once the race gets going is when you'll see everything, as Micah has blown it up while doing that. Really just a matter of seeing how things shake out as the race goes on. Racing in traffic around everybody else, that's where you really see things happen. So we watch the final minute of practice. Of course, Auto Club 2-mile oval race is similar to Michigan. This track, of course, like I said, does not exist anymore, but a similar sister track that we raced at earlier this year, raced there a couple weeks ago. Of course, the winner of that race wound up being, if I'm not mistaken, that was Nathan Scott picking up his second win. It was his second straight win at the time. We'll see if he can pick up another win here at the sister track. So here we go. Qualifying about to be underway. See how qualifying goes. So you can snatch the pole here tonight. Yusuf Ghali was on the pole at Michigan. Will he do it again here at Auto Club? Phil Fabian is on the grid, but not yet rolling. So we'll go to Michael Walls, who is currently out rolling. Number 48 machine. Scheme you see is the Jimmy Johnson Foundation, something we see running all the time. With Jimmy Johnson at this track, he'd always run them at this racetrack. See how Micah does, wrapping around the high side. Right now, no lap times have been set yet, but times are coming. So Michael Wall's currently fastest, now bumped down by Matthew Chastain. Now Brett Bennett third fastest. So Oscar Enriquez second fastest, Jared Wilson fourth fastest. Across the stripe there. He is not able to improve on his second lap time. So Gavin Austin on the pole right now, provisionally. More drivers coming around to set their lap times. We'll go to Dane Cruz in the one machine, who's just now rolling off pit lane. Cruz coming across the stripe. Coming off the corner here, looking to get a good first lap here. Is right now is Corbin Hines second fastest. Enrique Cucalon just went third fastest on the speed charts. Dane will go ninth fastest as of right now. "22 drivers so far has had a lap time. We're still coming. Yusuf Ghali not going to get a lap time in on this one. He's currently got a black flag. He's got to serve. Fabian just went 10th fastest. The drivers jumping up the speed charts. We'll see if Dane can improve on his second lap. Jeffrey Armitage went third fastest in the 14 machine, 41.421. We'll see, does Dane improve on lap number 2 to try to bump up higher than 10th right now? He hits the stripe. It is slower. It's a 41.757. Looks like with 33 seconds left, nobody else is going to have a time to go out and qualify. So we'll wait these last 26 seconds. Heading into tonight's feature, 100 laps here at this 2-mile oval located in Southern California, out in Fontana. Of course, mentioned nowadays it is a big warehouse facility. A lot of warehouses all throughout this little area, all over here. But tonight it's a racetrack, and we're racing here tonight. So as we get ready to go here, it looks like we've got the field hitting the grid. So we'll take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's running of the Amazon Warehouses 200. Starting on the pole position, it is Nathan Scott. No shocker there. He's got Ethan O'Connor to his outside. Jeffrey Armistead starts third with Gavin Austin outside of him in row 2. Row 3, it's Corbin Hines and Jeremy Miller. Enrique Cucalon and Matthew Chastain together in row 4. That's Connor Ballheis and Dane Cruz that round out the top 10. Starting 11th tonight will be Fidel Fabian. He's got Oscar Enriquez on his outside. Scott McGregor and Michael Walls lined up together in row 7. Alec Martinez, a former winner at this track last year, with Ben Baffert to his outside. Jared Wilson and Dylan Parker lined up together in row 9. And running at your top 20, Wyatt Roberts and Gino Mero. 21st, Owen Chivinsky with Robert Lukens to his outside. It's Brett Bennett and Diego Acuna lining up together in row 12. Row 13, these pair of teammates Blaine Sparling and Bridger Olsen. Row 14, it's Yusuf Ghali and Frank DiMaggio. And then for the rest of this field, it looks like it is Matt Steiner and Shane O'Neill to give us a field of 30 cars ready to go racing here at Auto Club. I mentioned Alec Martinez, the defending race winner here, winning this last season in season 16. Some other drivers that have won this track before include Dane Cruz. Other drivers that have won it are not in this race tonight. But Dane Cruz has won here before. Dylan Parker's won here before. So multiple names have found victory lane here. We'll see who else can add their name to that list here tonight. There's our field lined up behind that pace truck. Just ready to get rolling here at Auto Club. Nathan Scott waiting a little bit to roll and now rolling. So as the field makes their way, here we go. Pace truck will dive off. Nathan Scott, Ethan O'Connor, the front row, heading for the start-finish line. The green flag is displayed in a wave, and we will be racing here in Southern California. Oh, we're wrecking already! We didn't even get the start of the race, and we're under caution. Saw it develop there with that wheel spin from the 61 slip the track into O'Connor. And then everybody else just stacks up in it. Take a look at it from the view of our side camera watching Ethan O'Connor, the 28. Starting outside pole. Thinks it's safe. We're waiting, and Scott goes to drive, hits the gas, and everybody just slides up. Scott slides up into O'Connor. O'Connor then turned back down the track by Gavin Austin, and then it is on from there. Dane Cruz, Oscar Enriquez, Matthew Chastain. Oh, big hit there on O'Connor from Diego Acuna. You'll just see it all happen right here. Right on board with, I think Gino Mero is going to have a pretty good view of this wreck happening ahead of him. It's in the back of Dylan Parker. See Ben Baffert missing the wreck. Jeremy Miller, I think, just goes for a spin at most. Right, Dane Cruz is on board. So look at it from this angle. Multitude of cars involved. Everybody taking damage repairs and everything they can as we pace here on lap number 3. Should get the one to go this next time by, though, to get us ready to go back racing and try to get a good launch on this next restart. So we're back double file. So we'll try this again. Scott maintains the lead. Jeffrey Armistead second, and Corbin Hines is third. Gavin Austin fourth, and Enrique Cucalon now in fifth. Here we go. Green flag gonna fly once more. Let's try to do this a little better. More wheel spin from the drivers out back. Everybody trying to hang on to it. So far, so good. How long will that last, though? Seems to be a hot, slick track tonight. Nathan Scott gets out and away. Corbin Hines is in second. Jeffrey Armistead hanging on to third over Gavin Austin and Enrique Cucalon for now as they head down the back straightaway. Hines trying to sort his way around here, trying to find a way forward. To catching that 61, his teammate. Oh, Gavin Austin slides up in front of Jeffrey Armistead. Armistead cuts back down to the inside, but Austin will take over third. The battle continued to rage on back behind Michael Walls, the inside of Enrique Cucalon for fifth. What in the hell is Connor Ballheise's scheme? What the hell is this scheme? Okay. I don't know if that's his girlfriend, if that's just some random woman, I don't know. But he's just pasted all over his race car. He's currently 9th right now. Interesting to say the least. Bringing Google on Fidel Fabian battling. Fidel Fabian working his way up to 5th now. Outside of the 22 machine. As they're 3 wide back behind. Almost 3 wide up here with Michael Walls trying to shove it in the middle. Little moment here off of turn 4. Teammates going side by side here. Cucalon and Bafford. Both Cruise Auto Racing drivers. Jeremy Miller right behind them. Hunter Ball Heist, Gino Mero right there as well in the picture. It's Miller sliding up in front of him. Right now into 10th place for that number 30 machine. But out front, Nathan Scott in control, but Corbin Hines starting to reel in that number 61 machine bit by bit. Maybe make the move for 4th right now, too. See back there, Sky McGurk actually to the inside of Michael Walls and trying to get Jeffrey Armistead as well. He's trying to go 2 for 1. Down on that bottom line. See there. Fabian working forward again, trying to catch Gavin Austin to make the move. Top 4 under a blanket just about. Jeffrey Armistead not too far back from it. He's got Michael Walls on his back bumper. Armistead on the high side, Michael on the inside, trying to make the bottom lane work with Ben Baffert in tow with him. Trying to the inside of the 23 machine, battling side by side with Scott McGurk. See. There's a lot of battling happening now for 2nd. Fidel Fabian and Gavin Austin gotten by Corbin Hines. A lot of single file action here in the front of this field. Everybody tightly packed together all the way back to about, I think, 13th place when they go on the straightaways. Then they fan out into the corners. Actually 13, yeah, Bridge Rolson 13th. They'll fan out wide in the turns, then they get to the straightaways and try to get single file for the most part. You see there Jeffrey Armistead making a move as well, I believe. That's Sky McGurk outside of Gino Mero. Side by side they go entering the corner. Gino going to run a little bit higher line, trying to get that number 71 machine further forward. Actually, Ben Baffert down the Ben Baffert pitting. Ben Baffert coming to pit road right now. I don't think this is scheduled by any means. But Baffert is on pit lane. Not sure what happened there, but he's off racetrack and likely going to be out of this one. Ben Baffert rolls off. That leaves us 12 cars in this top group of drivers. Oh, Jeremy Miller almost makes contact with Michael Walls. Cutting to the inside, now trying to send it in for 6th place. Micah going to hang on his right rear for his 2nd. Can he get the run to get by the 30? No, Jeremy Miller will clear for 6th place. It's up ahead, Corbin Hines fighting with Fidel Fabian, not really able to take advantage of it. He'll stay behind him, tucked in line with him, as you see Sky McGurk trying to find a way around Michael Walls as well. Jeremy Miller to the inside of Jeffrey Armistead now, working on him for 5th place. Side of Miller, Jeffrey Armistead on the high side. There'll be 3 wide coming off the corner here. Just about. So back down into turn 3. All nice and tucked together. Dale Fabian's now got a very long line of cars right behind him. Trying to find a way. Catch back up to race leader Nathan Scott. Gavin Austin hanging strong, at least in 2nd. Not too far. Too terribly off. Like I said, this line from 3rd all the way back to about 12th place. Right together. See Corbin Hines to the inside of Fidel Fabian going for 3rd. Almost contact there again with Jeremy Miller and Jeffrey Armistead. It's Miller trying to go 2 for 1. See if he can get Fabian. Oh, shoots up the track. It's well behind Hines. Wants to nose. Way up to the outside wall. 3 wide off the corner. Went to go 2 for 1. Looking like it's going to be a 2 for none deal as he'll slide up in turn 4 on the outside lane. Fabian right there by him. Wave the track again. It'll be 4 wide in the middle of the corner now as Michael Walls making a charge. Fabian sliding up in front of Micah. And Miller able to take 4th. Now this group of cars tightly packed together as the top 4 now are breaking away. Fabian side by side with Michael Walls. And here comes Sky McGurk trying to work the outside lane. There you see Connor Ballheis trying the outside lane as well. He'll make it work and get to 8th place over Gino Merrill now on the inside in 7th. Ahead it's a battle for 5th between Michael Walls and Sky McGurk. Top 4 cars have now pulled away from this gap a little bit. As you see Matthew Chastain coming off of pit lane. Fabian shuffled back to 11th place now. He and Armistead were up there battling for 3rd at one point. Now they're at the tail end of this line. Just trying to manage right now as 26 car goes by on the inside, trying to pass Gino Merrill. Just not quite able to do it. Situation here. There's lap car Diego Acuna on the inside lane. Enrique Google on the outside, trying to work forward into 9th place now. front. Nathan Scott's got some pressure coming, though. Gavin Austin starting to reel him in slowly but surely. Austin trying to find a line to catch up and get by. He's keeping close and starting to reel in that race leader, Nathan Scott. And right to the back bumpers, Jeremy Miller battling Corbin Hines for third in the background. Austin on the outside, making a run on the high line here down the back straightaway. The run coming for the 6 machine. Can he go to the point here and take the lead from Nathan Scott? Side by side, they're going to be off of turn number 4. Does Scott have a run on the inside to try to keep Austin at bay? No! At the line this time, Gavin Austin takes the race lead away. Been a rough season so far for the driver of the 6, the championship hangover, if you will. Trying to rebound back with a good run here tonight, starting things off right. Side by side for the race lead, Jeremy Miller in the background lurking, licking his chops, seeing this happen ahead. You see these top 2 coming to the quarter mark of this race. Corbin Hines back in 4th. Oh, I think Kugelon almost made contact with Sky McGurk trying to cut to the inside. You see Jeffrey Armistead try to fight to the inside for the 10th place spot. See them battle side by side here. Up front, the battle for the lead. Scott's back in it. Side by side on the inside now. As you see Scott work the bottom, Gavin Austin on the high side. Scott getting the lead back for the bottom lane, to slide up in front of Gavin Austin here off of turn number 2. Slides the back up in front. Gavin Austin now pushing him, now trying to cut back to the outside lane. Scott hangs on, holding tough. As they continue on here. As they continue to swap this lead back and forth. Austin trying the bottom, and Scott's moved to the top. Miller in 3rd. Just kind of following these guys behind. Everybody's settling things down, easing up on this run here. Big gap of cars right here. 8th through 12th, or 8th through 11th, all right here tucked together, and up ahead of them, they got a group of cars battling. Top 4 or 4th spot up for grabs. Bridger Olson up to it. Corbin Hines, Michael Walls, Connor Ballheis right there in the background. Ballheis to the inside of Michael Walls. He gets back behind him. Micah hangs on to 6th for now. Ahead you see Corbin Hines battling, trying to fend off that number 46 machine. The battle for the lead's now faded back to a battle for 2nd. Gavin Austin dropping back to Jeremy Miller right now as they come off of turn 4. Hitting lap number 32 this next time by. See that 30 car working the top side. Now, I don't know what the strategies are going to be. There's pit stops. I don't know if it's a 2-stopper or a 1-stopper. So here's where I find out. So the answer is 2-stop strategy is what it's going to be for pretty much the entire field. Going to have to make 2 stops in this race. If it stays green, there is one driver that is hedging a bet they can maybe make this work as a 1-stopper. We'll see how it shakes out for him as we watch Nathan Scott continue to lead this field as he maybe makes his pit stop coming up in the next few laps or so. If you got to make 2 stops to get to the end of this race, you might as well pit in the next lap or so. We got a driver that just dropped out and reappeared. 26 car Connor Ballheis. He reappears, reblinks back in. Watch these battles happening here. The battle for 2nd as Jeremy Miller gets by Gavin Austin. Bridger Olson right there lurking as well. You see Gavin Austin, Bridger Olson side by side for 3rd. Start to see some more drivers making pit stops here in due time. Continue on here. Could force some crossover here, and that's what I'm going to do. He's in the middle of a tight battle right now. Let's yank him in here and make him talk to us. Quickly dialing up our in-race correspondent, Enrique Cucalan, running 9th right now. How are things feeling behind the wheel of that 22 car?
It is not turning on entry. It is not turning in the center. It also doesn't turn on exit. Sometimes it decides to not turn. Sometimes it decides to turn too much. So it's a handful right now. But trying to see what we can do here with this 22 Cruise Auto Racing Toyota Supra. Currently inside of the top 10. I got Jeffrey right behind me, so I got to concentrate here.
All right, letting you concentrate. Just want to see how you're doing. Let you back to it.
All right, thanks.
Force correspondence with the Enrique Cucalan stream. Of course, Enrique streams his races from his perspective. If you never see him on his YouTube channel, you can check those out as well. Also got team commentary with all the drivers that are a part of his team tonight's Cruise Auto Racing. Merrill and Walls almost made contact down the back. Might have actually made contact as they head down into turn number 3. Walls trying to clear Merrill for 7th place. As they continue on through it side by side, Michael Walls bails out to pit. Here comes some of the first stops from the top 10. Michael Walls, Jeffrey Armistead coming to pit road on lap 39. Pitting right now at lap 39. They'll pit again probably about like lap 80-ish to get to the end of this race. We watch see another driver on pit lane. The 30 of Jeremy Miller comes to pit road. See some more drivers pitting. Frank DiMaggio, Dane Cruz, among others that are coming to pit lane this time. Pit road about to be a busy place. I believe Gavin Austin missed it, but he's dropped back now to 4th. Bridger Olsen second right on the back bumper of Nathan Scott. Looks like they're both pitting this time as they're both down on the bottom lane. No, not pitting. Just managing. Gavin Austin is pitting. He's coming down to pit road now, the 6 machine. Having a good run so far tonight. Does he blow it into pit road? So far, so good. He'll be good on his first pit stop of the night. So go back out to the front. The leaders have yet to pit. Scott and Olsen, Ballheitz, Hines, Parker, Cucalan, Roberts, Martinez have yet to pit. Neither has Brett Bennett nor Matt Steiner. First car that's off of pit lane right now. Those that have pit under this cycle is that number 48 of Michael Walls. Scott and Olsen side by side just about as Olsen gets to the inside. Scott, I don't know if he was trying to pit there or what. He got a little sideways, got a little moment. Almost got into Bridger. Enrique Cucalan is pitting this time for the 22 car. He's on pit road. We expect Scott and Olsen to maybe pit this time. At the very least, Olsen might pit because Scott's going to go to the high side. Olsen goes to the inside. The driver pits, but Gavin Austin going to be on the inside, unlapping himself as Bridger Olsen takes the race lead at lap 42. These guys are going to have to pit again. They're going to have to pit at least one time, are they going to try to one-stop this race? I don't believe they can. I think with how many laps there are, they'd have to get to lap 50-ish to make it work. And even then, they'd have to get a caution to make it work, too. It's 43 laps right now. That's how long they've been out there. I'll show the lap count, which by the time I do this, they're going to probably pit this time. But you can see one driver that I want to point out. And you can see it right there. It looks like Olsen and Scott are both going low. Brett Bennett, 40 laps. Definitely keep your eyes on as the leaders are all on pit road. We'll see how they fare. It's Wyatt Roberts will take the race lead. Everybody gets down unscathed. Roberts will stay out and lead a lap. No speeding penalties or anything yet of the sort. Roberts takes the race lead. He hangs on right now on lap 44. Would expect him to likely come in the next lap or two. Brett Bennett in second. Matt Steiner is third. Blaine Sparling will be fourth, stretching it a little bit as well. Looks like Sparling is slow, trying to take it easy to make this fuel last. Here comes Wyatt Roberts to pit road. Now, Brett Bennett, this is a case to talk about here. So we had that early caution. Brett Bennett came down to get damage repaired, and he also came down on the one to go to top off on fuel. Now, in order for him to make it to the end of this race, he'd have to save till about lap 50, maybe 51, or something like that. And then after that, save the rest of the race. He's going to try a one-stop strategy, I'd assume, just to try something different, throw it at the wall and see if it sticks, but I don't know if it's going to work. At least to get a good finish. As of right now, he's only 15 seconds ahead of Michael Walls. Of course, Michael will have to pit again, whereas Brett's going to try to just... Hang on, and Brett both have to pit again. I assume that's going to be the strategy call for Brett, is to just have to pit one more time. Or maybe he's hoping for a yellow to kind of help him out, get to the end. As Matt Steiner, his teammate behind him, he'll pit from second. Yusuf Ghali getting passed by Michael Walls right now. Ghali has yet to pit. Looks like he might be coming down this time as well. Indeed is in the 54. So that leaves Blaine Sparling and Brett Bennett, the only two that have yet to pit right now on the racetrack. Ollie slid on the pit lane, almost wrecked it, but he saves it. So Sparling is in second. He still needs to pit. Gonna get out of the way. Let Dylan Parker go. Here comes Michael Walls, not far behind. Catching that number 59 car quick. And it looks like he's standing still almost as Blaine gets passed by Michael Walls. Would expect him to maybe pit this time. He'll stay out another lap. I think he's going to try to run it long as well. And Brett Bennett continuing to lead this field right now. Trying to be different. Trying a different strategy. We'll see if he gets it green to the end. It has to be green to the end, I would say, for him to make this work. Or else a caution would end up ruining this strategy call and pretty much just stacking everybody back up. I guess track position could help. It would help with track position, but that's about the most it could do. Right now, Michael Walls currently sits as your race leader from the cycle. Of course, he pit a little bit on the earlier side compared to others. Nathan Scott pitting later, same with Bridger Olsen. Olsen got out ahead of Nathan Scott by currently about a half a second. Now passing Oscar Enriquez, who's currently on the oldest tires of those that have pit, or some of the oldest tires of those that have pit. A cycle by him. I think Brett Bennett slowed up that last time by. He's still on track, though. Not going to pit yet. Imagine it's going to take him until after the halfway point of this race and then some, or he pits again. But 46 laps, he's been out there, chugging along, just saving fuel as of right now. Michael Walls 6 seconds back, closing rapidly on Brett Bennett. Or 7 seconds back now, pardon me. Another 2 seconds back, Jeffrey Armistead. He's got Gavin Austin in his rearview mirror. This race really just going to come down to execution on pit road for that last stop if it's under green. Execution, how you get off, when you get off, and who you get off ahead of. That's going to be the determining factor between possibly winning this race and finishing outside the top 5. But Brett Bennett's out there strategy, trying something different, something that, you know, kind of have to do. Try something different. See what works. You were involved in that wreck on lap 1. You got damage early on in this race. Throw caution to the wind. Take a gamble. Take a risk. And he is definitely saving hard right now. We're going to ride on board and listen in. Clutching in. And right there you hear it just completely off the gas into the clutch. Coasting through the corners right now. You can see that gap changing between him and Michael Walls. 3.7 seconds and rapidly closing. Last time by, Brett Bennett 2 seconds slower than the 48 machine in second place. 45.1 to a 43.3. So we're at lap 51. We're across the halfway point of this race. I don't expect Brett to pit just quite yet. I expect him to stay out at least another, maybe not. He's got to hold on to it as he comes to pit road. So Brett's splitting it exactly in half. Michael Walls will take the race lead. Brett Bennett going to be the interesting one to watch in the later half of this race if he can somehow make the one-stopper work. Very bold strategy, especially hoping this race goes caution-free to the end. But if there's anybody who's willing to try an out-there pit strategy, it is the driver of the 06, Brett Bennett. Big hindrance to him is just the fact that he's going to come off a pit lane and immediately be saving. Save, save, save is pretty much what he's going to have to do the entirety of this run. Going to have to be extremely disciplined, but I think he could do it. But Brett Bennett's bet is going to have to wager on a ton of luck. No cautions. And just the right play out. It's going to be a lot for Brett to win this race. Maybe a top 5 is going to work out. We'll see how it works. So Michael Walls still leading this race. Nathan Scott chasing Bridger Olson still as they're catching Jeffrey Armistead, who's in third right now. They're still about 2 seconds back of race leader Michael Walls. Still a little work to do. Just kind of watching everybody and how things shake out. Ben Bafford is blinked out and back in, so we're still good there. But back here, Bridger Olson and Nathan Scott still right there with each other as they're still rolling through this field, catching Gavin Austin now in that number 6 machine. They'll pass him, and the next thing they'll do is they'll go for race leader Michael Walls. Brett Bennett currently, right now, is in 24th place. His last couple laps have been comparable to the leaders, so he's not, his last couple laps, he's definitely been about a second faster, but he's still not pushing hard. But he's right ahead of the race leaders, who do have to pit again. But these guys are going to push with all they got until they have to pit again, and then they're going to push with all they got once they pit. So it's going to be interesting. We might dial him up and see what he's thinking right now as this run goes on. If he's going to keep committed to this, or if this is a losing battle, we'll see what he's thinking. Hey, Brett Bennett, this is Austin Allen in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
All right, you're currently just barely ahead of the race leaders. You've got a little bit of a track gap to them, but you're doing a different strategy, it seems like. You're looking like you're doing a one-stopper. What is the current thought process with this run? What are you expecting out of it?
I am not sure. I don't think it's the winning strategy. People have a little bit too much pace. I lost a little bit too much on that run, especially once they take tires. They'll be probably a good bit quicker. But they're going to have to basically, I'm trying to get as much of a gap as possible right now while still saving fuel. On the fresh tires, I'm still saving hard right now, but just with the fresh tires, I'm able to still run a lot faster than everybody else while saving. So we'll see. Maybe it works out. Maybe it doesn't. I figured why not take a risk in this race. It's not my best track, so had some luck with fuel mileage here in the past. Just try something different. Wasn't going to win doing the same as everybody else.
All right, we'll let you go. We got a battle happening for the race lead right now. It's Brett Bennett trying something different here as you see the three-wide battle here. Nathan Scott sends to the inside of Olsen and Gavin Austin. And they're right on the back bumper of Michael Walls. They come off of turn 4, making 4 cars, all nice and tightly packed together. Battle for the lead, Scott to the inside. Olsen will follow. Four-horse race right now. Olsen dropping a little bit there on the inside line. Micah a little sideways ahead of Gavin Austin. He gathers it up and hangs on to it in second. Olsen not able to get by these two on older tires. And Scott looking to check out and run away. Olsen trying to mix it up and get back by to get to second to keep touch with that 61 of Nathan Scott, who's looking to just try and pull away. As Scott trying to pull away, Olsen gets to second, half a second back. Some other battles happening around the racetrack. Brett Bennett catching Yusuf Ghali, and Gino Mero mentioned he's trying to save fuel and everything. He's still running about a half a second faster than cars ahead of him. He continues to save. We at that point in the race, everybody just kind of stretching their legs, doing what they got to do, logging laps. Really just mostly, like I said, everybody's kind of spreading out from these different strategies, different tire stops they've taken. As they continue their way around the track. You see Jeffrey Armistead and Enrique Cucalon battling side by side. That's for 6th place right now. Oh, Cucalon all over the place right now in front of Corbin Hines. Hines trying to follow that 22 around. Battle up ahead for 4th place. Connor Walheis is right there on the back bumper of that number 48 machine. See that 26 going by on the inside lane, going up to 4th place now. Cucalon inside of Armistead back there for 6th. These two side by side again. Coming a complete lap 67 this next time by. And the way things are setting up, another pit stop, of course, still looming for most of the field, except for one car. Catching up a lap car right now as these top two getting nose to tail once again. Bridger Olsen closing the gap from Nathan Scott once more as they cross the stripe this time. 32 laps to go here at Auto Club. You see Olsen tried to the inside. He doesn't get it. Tucks back in line behind. Cucalon, Hines, and Armistead still all right there together. 31 laps left into the Chris Knight phase of calling out every lap as we complete it. But see Olsen back to the bottom as Scott goes high. Two very different lines coming off of turn number 2. Scott prevails up high. And I see Michael Walls, Jeffrey Armistead, both tucking a pit lane. Second round of stops starting with just 30 laps to go. See, still side by side for the race lead. Olsen got the lead before pit stops earlier. Can he do so again for what will be the last pit stop of the night, possibly? As you see this battle still happening for the lead. Battle happening for 4th. Corbin Hines, Enrique Kukulon. Battle happening further back as we got more pit stops coming. Wyatt Roberts coming to pit lane now. And a lot of these drivers kind of splitting down the middle of when they pit. Coming up 26 laps to go. More stops coming. Connor Ballheis, Dane Cruiser on pit road, and Brett Bennett's ascent up the ladder. Now up to 9th. We'll see if he's able to keep it going and hold on to that race lead when he gets it. Cars are rolling off pit lane after getting their service done and making their final stops of the night. A big key for everybody as Kukulon and DiMaggio are on pit road now is to not get penalized. Don't speed. Don't do anything stupid. Don't miss your stall. Be perfect on this last stop to give yourself a chance to win this race. Bennett's got Yusuf Ghali behind him. Ghali's going to have to pit one last time. As they catch Jeremy Miller, lapped car, unlapping himself after making his final stop of the night. They'll blow by the leaders as Alec Martinez is on pit road now from 6th place. And here come the leaders, coming to pit road now. Olsen and Scott, nose to tail. Olsen charging and to get right up against Scott. Right on the back bumper as they enter pit lane. Corbin Hines down as well. Sky McGurk comes this time. Robert Lukens will be the next car. Whether he stays out or pits is to be seen. Olsen is in his stall. Lukens will stay out at least for a lap. As Golly and Bennett are side by side right now. Golly can't make it to the end. Gavin Austin can, and Gavin Austin's right up there with Brett Bennett. This is not going to work out for Brett. He's been saving, maybe either he was saving too hard or how much he had to save just wasn't going to be enough. As he's battling side by side with Yusuf Ghali, Gavin Austin shoving it to the outside. 3 wide they go. Gavin Austin will take second because of that. Michael Walls is not far behind. Scott beats Olsen off of pit lane. As they're rolling off now, they're going to come out behind Enrique Cucalon. But Gavin Austin, when Robert Lukens pits, will take the race lead whenever that number 33 machine pulls off the pit lane. So hit the stripe. Lap 79 begins, 22 laps to go. Armistead and Golly are battling now down the front straightaway. So Armistead will get by. Golly, I believe, is going to have the pit still too. Same with Lukens. Bennett, we mentioned, he's trying to save to the end, but he's not going to be able to hang on to maybe a top 10. I think at best is what it's looking like for him, the way this is going. So Lukens will have to pit again as ball heist goes by Bennett in the 26 machine, on track to possibly a podium finish if he can hang on long enough. Bennett's now got a hard charging Nathan Scott in his rear view mirror, who's gotten by Kukel. Olsen still having trouble doing so. And as Robert Lukens has come to pit road, Gavin Austin is now your race leader with 20 laps to go. Can he hang on and take home the win this season? It'll be his second win. Of course, he won Daytona to kick it off. Looking to go ahead and pick up his second win in his championship defense campaign. Count down the laps, the battle's still happening. Nathan Scott up into 5th, Bridger Olsen right behind him in 6th place. Their next target, Connor Ballheis in the 26 car. Then Jeffrey Armisen, Michael Walls, Gavin Austin to try and go back for the lead to make it for the win. You see the 61 making a move to the inside, trying to get by Ballheist in the 26. You see there, Scott makes quick work of Armistead as well. 2-for-1 special for Scott. Can Olsen catch him and do the same? So as you see Olsen working on Jeffrey Armistead for what is now 5th place. You see Olsen now cutting the inside. You see Michael Walls has been passed by Nathan Scott, who's now got 2 seconds between himself and Gavin Austin, the race leader, as they come down the back straightaway. See Scott trying to chip this lead away bit by bit, piece by piece, to catch up and make this move. Update for your driver that made the one-stop call, Brett Bennett. He's in 12th place right now. It's just going to have to be the best he can get. Gavin Austin, 15 to go, presented by 72 Diecast. He's got a 1.4 second gap he has to try to hang on to, if he somehow can, over Nathan Scott, who is charging hard, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Bridger Olsen catching Nathan Scott. Nathan Scott catching Gavin Austin. Under a second for the race lead as they come down the back straightaway. Nathan Scott hoping this can be a quick pass for the race lead so he can go ahead and focus on putting time between himself and Bridger Olsen. Coming around this time by, here comes Nathan Scott rapidly closing on Gavin Austin. As you see Nathan Scott making the charge down the back straightaway. Here comes Nathan Scott, trying to find a way around Gavin Austin. Needs to do it quickly because Bridger Olsen is right in his rear view mirror. And Scott now to the lead with 12 to go. Can Bridger Olsen reel him in and make the pass for the win? Gavin Austin trying to hang tough on the outside lane, just not going to do it on these older tires. Maybe he can, though. Scott to the lead. Austin still right there with him as well. As you see Gavin Austin now under fire from Bridger Olsen. Olsen needs to make this move quick. Olsen to the inside. Austin working the high side. Needs to dispatch that 6 car fast with 11 to go, coming to 10 to go next time by. Sliding up the track, Bridger Olsen takes over second place. Can he track down the race leader? 10 laps to go and a 0.4 of a second gap. As you see, Bridger Olsen trying to cut in that gap. He was faster last time by than Nathan Scott. Got a lap car. Gino Mero passing him on the outside lane on fresher tires. As you see Mero go by the race leader, Robert Lucan's going to follow as well. Lapped cars unlapping themselves. Nathan Scott now has a mirror full of Bridger Olsen. Scott gonna have to work for this one here. Coming to 7 to go. Bridger Olsen is gonna give it everything he's got. As lap cars will race ahead of the leaders, there's Ben Baffert ahead as well. Here comes Olsen charging hard on that inside line as they're battling lap cars, shooting around each other and battling for position. That's Bridger Olsen's teammate, Ben Baffert, just up ahead of Nathan Scott. Nathan Scott's going to get a draft from him down the straightaway. Winds up helping Nathan Scott there into the corner. A great move by the 61. Look at Bridger Olsen sending it on the bottom, trying to do anything he can. He's got lap times evening out just about in favor of Scott this time. Further back, a battle for 5th happening. Michael Walls has got a mirror full of Enrique Cucalon and Jeffrey Armistead trying to track him down and battle for that top 5 spot. 5 laps to go here at Auto Club. Nathan Scott has about a half a second lead. Faster that time by over a 10th now as he looks to keep building on this gap he has over Bridger Olsen. That time by Scott was faster again. Battle happening for 9th. Jeremy Miller, Alec Martinez, Wyatt Roberts all right there nice and tight together as they battle for 9th. The battle for 5th still ongoing. Kukulon trying to get by Michael Walls. And Brett Bennett, who tried that one-stop strategy, he's in 15th place right now. Really not going to be much to ride home about on that one. A ballsy call, just did not work out in the end. But he had to try something different with all the damage he had from earlier. Might as well just throw it at the fence and see what happens. But coming to 3 to go this time by. Scott has opened back up to a half a second lead over Bridger Olsen. Olsen needs to start experimenting. He's going to go to the higher side and try a higher entry and go for the high line, exit off the corners. Can he get a run to catch that 61 machine, or is it too little too late? Nathan Scott is just so good at this late race, clutch moments. He shows up, and you got to wonder, I had to call him the possum the way he does this. He plays dead. He lets the field think they're catching him, it seems like, and then after that, he kicks it right back into high gear, picks up the pace a little bit more, and just puts distance between himself and second place. Now 2/10 faster, 3/10 faster than Bridger Olsen last time by. Just needs to get to the white flag this time. That's all Nathan Scott needs. He does not need a caution to fly that would take away his chance at winning this race. Battle still ongoing for 5th. Michael Walls, Enrique Kukulon still settling it amongst themselves down the back straightaway. But coming through turns 3 and 4, Nathan Scott is going to see the white flag. One more lap to go here at Fontana. It looked like Bridger Olsen was going to have something for him. It looked like maybe tonight might have been different. But it's like that age-old saying, nothing ever happens. When Nathan Scott is in the field, it's always the same formula. 61 entered equals 61 in victory lane as he rounds his way through 3 and 4 for the final time. A second between himself and Bridger Olsen. Nathan Scott is now a 3-time winner in the Slide Job Racing League. He'll take the win here at Auto Club. Did you expect anything else from Nathan Scott? Winner here at Auto Club. 3rd win this season, 3rd career win. He is that man. As he makes his way around, he'll come to the start-finish line. Come to the front straight away. And he'll burn it down. And so here he comes to the front straightaway. Nathan Scott gonna burn it down here. Winner at Fontana. The win from the pole, most laps led tonight. Nathan Scott burns it down on the front straightaway. So we'll take a look at your finishing results from tonight's race. Nathan Scott takes home the checkered flag over Bridger Olson. Gavin Austin, a good recovery tonight. He'll come home third for his efforts. Connor Ballheis comes home in fourth with Michael Wallace hanging on to fifth there at the end. Enrique Cucalan slumps back to sixth. Corbin Hines finishing seventh. There's Jeffrey Armistead, Jeremy Miller, and Alec Martinez, last season's winner here. He'll come home 10th. Wyatt Roberts finishing 11th. Frank DiMaggio, a great run in 12th there. Sky McGurk, 13th. A solidly mid-pack day, I'd say, for him. Just kind of quietly up there. Didn't have any problems. Just not able to really get there back in the top 10 after the different pit strategies. Fiddle Fabian, 14th. Oscar Enriquez, 15th. Brett Bennett, he tries that one stopper. He'll finish 16th for his efforts. Dane Cruz in 17th. Owen Chabinski in 18th. 19th for Dylan Parker, last week's winner. Then Gino Mero, he'll come home in 20th. And the rest of our field there, Robert Lukens, only last quarterly lap in 21st. Ben Baffert a lap down. Matt Steiner a lap down. Gino Neal went 2 down. Blaine Sparling 7 down. The rest of these cars did not finish the race. Yusuf Ghali down 22 and 26th. Matthew Chastain, Jared Wilson, Diego Acuna, and then Ethan O'Connor. They were involved in that early accident that took them out of this race. And so that is where they'll finish. So we'll see if we can catch up with our top 3 finishers. We will first dial up our third place finisher, Mr. Gavin Austin. Catching up with Gavin Austin here. Gavin, it was a hard-fought battle to get to third. A really clean race from you, all things considered. What is it like having a race like that, rebounding after some of the moments we've had earlier this season?
The season just hasn't really been great for me besides Daytona. Going back to Vegas, I thought, I had a good shot there. I thought I was the best car long run, and then was involved in an incident and just finished last that race. And then after that, I had problems with my old wheel, so we got a new wheel. And I'm just trying to get comfortable to it, and I think I'm getting better at it, and I'm glad to see that. But really happy to get a podium finish because we haven't gotten one since Daytona. This is only our second place, or only our second top 5 finish this season. So just need to focus on getting more better finishes for points. And yeah, I don't know. It's just been a rough season for me. Uh, but yeah, overall, I think I performed well today. Bridger and Nathan were just, I think, better than me overall. Tried to play strategy right to try to, my best, try to do what I thought would be best for me to possibly win this race. It just didn't work out. But yeah, happy to get a podium finish. Congrats to Nathan, and Bridger almost got it. He was up there battling. Um, yeah, Nathan has just been super fast all season long, and congrats to him. It's just a tough guy to beat every week.
Absolutely, Gavin. Well, you get back on track with this third place finish. What is the feelings like now, just kind of rolling back into this season, getting that comfort feeling like you mentioned, kind of getting a hold of things?
Um, I think it's good for points, but I've honestly, after last week, that kind of dropped me back in points a lot after getting that penalty, which I still disagree with, but can't argue about it anymore. And that kind of set me back points wise, and this will definitely help. But yeah, Nathan is still just doing really good. I just got to try to keep this momentum rolling. It's gonna be hard. I honestly, just gonna honestly have the mindset of racing for fun. I'm not really going for points anymore. I'll still, try to race there for points, but like, just try to have fun week in, week out, because I haven't really had the most fun this season. So it's just what I'm gonna try to do. And today's race was just that. I had a lot of fun. So yeah.
Well, alrighty, Gavin. Third place finisher tonight. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What got you here on the podium?
I got to thank Wyatt Roberts. Racing with him, and um, and Demos. He's helped me out today, and gotta give a big shout out to him, and honestly everybody for racing me clean. That was a clean, fun race. Besides like the beginning, but honestly I didn't even know it was gonna be bad wheel spin. So like it's tough to blame the other drivers because I doubt they didn't know either. It kind of caught me off guard as well, and yeah, that's all I gotta really thank. Oh, you too. Glad to have you back broadcasting this week. And yeah.
Alrighty, that is your third place finisher here tonight, Gavin Austin. He comes away on the podium. Congrats on the third place run, Gavin.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty, we will go down and catch up with our second place finisher, Gavin Austin. Here, Bridger Olson. Yeah, we gotta find him and get him up here. Hey, Bridger Olson, is Dawson out in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, it's not really been the greatest of seasons for you in the grand scheme of things. This is your first finish up in the top 5, first finish in the top 10 even, but you come away second here, a hard-fought battle there at the end with Nathan Scott. What more do you think you needed to get home and take the checkered flag?
Yeah, honestly, the last run just wasn't very good by me. Um, I, I don't know. He just kind of came out ahead on pit road, and I was trying to gain that time back throughout the run, which led to me kind of burning up my stuff probably a bit more than he did. And it was just hard to regain that by the end, and he started to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you come away second. Not been a kind season to you thus far. What does a race like this do, at least for the confidence, trying to build upon that going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, at every race we pretty much ran up front for the majority besides Vegas and Michigan. Um, so to be able to finally seal it, it feels pretty good.
Absolutely, Bridget. Well, we're rolling on in this season. Second place run here tonight at Auto Club. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What got you feeling good of running up finish tonight?
Yeah, thank you to all the boys back at the shop. This has always been a pretty good track for me in this league. So, yeah, thank you to them for always providing a good car. Thank you to Cruise Out Racing for giving me a chance. Um, um, and yeah, all my teammates. So you for broadcasting.
All right, that is Bridger Olson, a runner-up finish tonight. The number 2 finished second here at Auto Club. Congrats on the second place run tonight, Bridger.
Thank you.
And we will now go catch up with our race winner, Nathan Scott. Well, it's a very typical statement to say. He started on the pole, he led the most laps, and he took it to victory lane. It's Nathan Scott, your race winner here on Tuesday nights now. And first things first, Nathan, congrats on the win, man.
I appreciate you.
Well, that one came a little bit more, I wouldn't say easy, I wouldn't say hard either, really. I mean, it was kind of a back and forth affair, but it seemed like in the first starts and the first pit stops, Bridger Olson kept it close with you and kept you honest. What was that race like for you behind the wheel of the 61 car?
Yeah, I would like to erase the initial start from memory, if I could. Outside of that, though, the race was really good. Car drove pretty well. It got pretty tight, loose in the center and off, just based on the wheel spin. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't really pull away. Contrary to Michigan, where you could kind of like, you know, do things on when you guys get spread out. It's just kind of like that. You're finding the bottom, the flat line, and the line 2. But this track, you just don't have that. The track's so worn out. There's grooves that are just bumpy. And yeah, Bridger comes up through the top 5 on that first run and really gives me a run for my money. I'm like, assuming he got by me for that first pit stop. And I expected him to pull away, but I made a run back at him and before the pit stop. Lost about a second on that first set, but we caught up to him, got by him with Micah and Gavin on old tires there, so got the lead back, and pretty much that was in control from there. I had the toe in from the lap cars late in the race there, allowed me to gap Bridger at the end, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy. Bridger definitely had a winning pace, and he kept me on my toes the whole time. But you know, like I said, I'd like to forget about that initial start incident.
Well, I won't bring it up, but other than that, I mean, you made the race exciting for a second, then immediately decided to do what you normally do and take the show up. So, third win this season already. It's still early, but you've got 3 wins, and you're looking like you're starting to try to pull away with that points lead. What is that feeling like? Just have this early run of dominance, to start things off super hot.
Yeah, it's just super fortunate. This point system could really shake things up if you finish below 25th. We've had more than 25 pretty much every week, so that definitely makes things different. I know a few of the guys I've been racing up front with, they've had maybe a stinker here and there, and it really affects their point system because, it's just as good as not racing at all because you don't get any points. So with me missing Dover and then missing out on the Daytona race, those are kind of like my stinkers. And then, every other race has been fantastic. So it's exactly what you need. You just need to be up at the front, and that matters when you're outpointing your competitors because they can have bad races and score 20 less points than you in just one race. So, yeah, the plan is just to keep the momentum going, right? So I don't know what next week is. Darlington, yeah. I mean, that's unpredictable, but it's just continue to try to do the same thing. I haven't had to really drive through the field at any point, which could definitely make things different at some point. But as long as we qualify well and stay up front, I should find my way to stay out of trouble.
Well, alrighty, Nathan, it is your 3rd win this season. You come away with a checkered flag once again from the pole. Teammates, sponsors, shout-outs, buddy. What gets it done for you?
Yeah, shout out Team Airlane. Corbin Hines ran well today as well. Him and I pretty much had the same pit strategy, so them Airlane cars are stout with each other. Shout out to the broadcast team. Shout out to the league owners, and yeah, it was a good race. Good clean racing up at the front.
Alrighty, that is your race winner tonight's 3rd win on the season, Nathan Scott. He dominated Thursday nights. Now he's taking a liking to working Tuesdays.
Yes, sir.
Well, alrighty, so that will do it from us here at Auto Club for the Slide Job Racing League. Like he mentioned, next week, Darlington lies in wait for these drivers. Oh, dear God, that ought to be interesting. That's not the only time we're racing Darlington. Next week, or this upcoming Thursday night, Darlington for the Sofa Racing League. Looking forward to running there and seeing how I can do there. Broadcasted by Mr. Ryan Bogey, of course, here on BRN. And then next Monday night, it is a big one. You don't want to miss Monday night. It's the Fast Track Cup Series regular season finale, racing at Daytona, super speedway racing with championship spots on the line. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tense. That's next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. You don't want to miss that one. And of course, the following night, next Tuesday night, we have the Slide Job Racing League heading to Darlington Raceway. That should be a fun one. We hope to see you there and all our broadcasts coming up this week here on BRN. It should be fun. Well, thank you as always to the drivers for coming out and turning up for us and putting on a show for us. Thank you to everybody who tunes into these broadcasts, and thank you to Enrique Cucalon for being Enrique Cucalon. This is Dustin Allen signing off, saying so long, have a great rest of your night, and congratulations, Nathan Scott, causing a wreck on lap 1 and going on to win the race anyways. Good night, everybody. Take care.